we talked about your setup in terms of where your sort of shoulders are. You can see on the left-hand side, your shoulders there, basically down to your instep of your feet. We want to tilt forward a little bit more, so it's more sort of towards your toes there. You could, if we're being honest, be a little bit further over. Basically, where you were, that sort of middle part of your feet, you were there. The red line would indicate potential. Sorry, that's not a red line. The red line would indicate potentially where you could get. Okay, and you're on the green line, so you're moving correctly towards where you want to. But I think sometimes moving too much too soon just does feel quite uncomfortable for some people. It's like, oh god, I feel like I'm way on my tiptoes there. Okay, but once you're in a better position now, top of the bat's in good position. Now your lower half can bring club down, nice strike of the ball, and we can twist on that lower half through here. So if the golf swing doing that drill, you would swing to there, and then we'd come back down. The foot would go down, we would go back, and then we go back through. And then we go back. So that's how the drill would look, doing continual swings, maintaining your balance. If there's any discrepancy with the swing in terms of your lower half not working properly, or that right foot just pivoting on its toe, what you'll find is this foot will come further back and you'll get in a really, really wide stance after about 4 or 5 swings. So you'll notice that. And suddenly you go, this doesn't feel comfortable. Okay, whereas before, when you're back on your heels now, as you got to the top of the backswing, there needs to be sort of a drop to try and reach the golf ball. Then your feet starts coming through a little bit at the end, not as much timing there with the body, and unfortunately when you're sort of striking that ball, it's shooting off to the right there because you had to try and throw that club back to the golf ball. Sitting back on your heels generally means you're in a position where you can't reach the ground. So because of that setup being what it was, being a bit heely based, trying to reach the golf ball was a bit of an issue. So therefore you have to try and incorporate some sort of motion, and that's what we said. There were some different movements going on throughout the swing. Sometimes that right foot up on its toe. Sometimes it didn't move. Sometimes you were back on your heel. Sometimes you threw the club forward. Sometimes you didn't, which left you with shots that way, shots that way, shots here, shots there, shots everywhere, really, rather than that consistency. So if we can get in a better position to set up, getting those shoulders, as we said, a little bit more on top of the feet there, okay? Again, you can use a mirror just to check that. And that's the same with every club. There would be your 7-iron, okay, with a shaft like so. If you had a driver, it'd be there. That's all that changes. You're not going to get further from the golf ball now and the golf club with a driver and then hit your pitching wedge in it. It's just 7-iron driver, same sort of position here. If I saw that, I wouldn't know the difference in a driver or a 7-iron setup, okay, really. All I would see now is the fact your arms are hanging down from the shoulders and the shoulders are nicely over the toes there. So you're in a sort of balanced, sort of dynamic position ready to go, rather than being sunk back on your heels there, unable to move as well. Does that make sense, Ralph? Yeah? Good. Have a couple more then with that driver then, and we'll go back to the iron then to try a few more to finish off with, okay?